Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Today our subject is School, Community and Teacher. Its code is 272 and it is lecture number 17. Today our topic is Social, Religion and Economic Institutions. The outlines of lectures are Social Institutions, Characteristics and Function of Social Institutions, Economic Institutions, Characteristics and Function of Economic Institutions, Religion Institutions, Characteristics and Functions of Religion Institutions. So first of all, we see that what is social institution? A social institutions consist of a group of people who have come together for a common purpose. So these institutions are a part of the social order of society and they govern behavior and expectations of individuals. For example, that we can say that Memons are just like a society in Karachi. So social institutions are basically the mechanisms or pattern of social order focused on meeting social needs such as government, economy, education, family, healthcare and religion. In other words, we can define it that a group of social positions connected by social relations performing a social role, for example, universities, government and families. Now, there are some characteristics of institution. What do you think that what type of characteristics should be of an institutions have? Like the concept of institution is one of the most important concepts in the entire field of sociology. Unfortunately, it is a concept that has not been consistently used by educationists or sociologists. So, if we considered the characteristics of institutions, so we can say that institutions are purposes. Always they have some particular purpose. They have relatively permanent in their content. Remember that if the institutions is there, so definitely they would have some permanent content for themselves. Institutions are structured. So we can also explain it that institutions are a unified structure. Remember that every type of institutions, they have some common goals or purposes. Institutions are necessarily value laden. They always give some values. Like we have in Pakistan, Army public schools, Kent public schools, Fazai inter colleges. So they all have some particular purpose. Clear? Like city system of education, as we have, educators are there. So they have their own purposes. So there are some other important characteristics of institutions like satisfaction of specific needs, and it means that each institution satisfies some specific needs. The family meets the needs for controlling and controlling the reproductive functions, socialization children and providing economic security to its members, while the government meets the need for maintaining order within a society, defending a society against outside attacks and establishing laws. And other characteristics, we can say that this is the prescriptions of rules always reflects from institutions. Like institutions prescribe rules and regulations that are to be followed. So marriage is an institution, for example, governs the relation between husband and the wife. So similarly, the school or college has its own rules and procedures. Functions of an institutions. So what are the functions? There are different functions. Like institutions are purposes. They all relatively permanent in their contents. Institutions are structured. Institutions are unified structures. Institutions are necessary value laden. These are also their functions also. In other words, we can say that they simplify the actions and work of individuals. They provide a means to control society and people who constitute it, and every individual is assigned a role depending on which he can achieve and regulate his status. Also, they help to maintain the order in society. So power and authority and status and role are produced and enforced by the political institutions. So the religion institutions products are rituals, values, beliefs and ceremonies. So education institutions provide different techniques and ways for living for the people. There are some major social institutions. In short term or as a concept, these there are different institutions like family is there, government is there, economy, education, religion. So basically these are the five primary institutions that are found among all human groups. So social institutions, social institution definitions and so on. So we will discuss one by one in the next slide. Institution is like a family. So what do you mean by family? So the family is generally regarded as a major social institution and a locus of much of the person's social activity. It is a social unit created by blood marriage or adoption and can be described as nuclear like parents and children, or extended means encompassing other relatives. So we can say that the family is the smallest social institution with the unique function or producing and rearing the young. So it is the basic unit of Philippine society, and it is also a basic society of basic unit of Pakistani society, and it also the basic unit of Indian society. So here there is a concept of family and the education system. Then there are some characteristics of good family, like they always shows their commitment, they expressed appreciation, they have a strong marriage, then they have a time together, then they have good communication with each other, they have a healthy lifestyle, they have a spiritually strength, they have a positive outlook. Moreover, they are closely knit and have strong family ties. They have a strong loyalty among members, and a good family in good family, individuals' interests are sacrificed over the welfare of the groups, and the kinship ties are extended to compare or sponsors. So strong families express appreciation and affection, and strong families have a strong commitment to each other. Strong families spend enjoyable time together. Strong families manage stress and crisis effectively. Strong families have a sense of spiritual well-being, and a family need love, open communication, sincerity, responsibility and respect among its members. So it has been proven that a spiritual bond can help a lot too. That said, a good family establishes certain policies to be successful. For a start, they are acceptable. They are capable of resigning to the word I. Now there are some functions of families. So what are the functions? Like reproduction of the race and rearing the young, cultural transmission or enculturation, and socialization of the child, means you are to make social your child. So providing affection and sense of security, and providing the environment for personality development and growth of self-concept. After emphasizing the universal character of the family, the educationist says that family has the four basic social functions like sexual regulations, reproduction, economic cooperation and socialization or education. So one of the most important function of the family is the socialization of children. In most societies, the family is the major unit through which socialization occurs. Second, the family is ideally a major source of practical and emotional support for its members, and it also provides a social status of the individuals. Now there are some kinds of family. There are some pattern, like according to the membership. The one type is conjugal or nuclear family, means in which husband, wife and children is there. Then consanguine or extended family siblings, it means married couple, their parents, grandparents, uncle, aunts and cousins, they make a consanguine or extended family. Some other patterns are there, according to the terms of marriage. Then polyandry means one woman married to two or more men, and polygamy means one man married to two or more women. Then synogamy means two or more men mate with two or more women in group marriage. So this is basically the type of family in other countries, not in Pakistan. So some other patterns are there, like according to the line of descent. Patrilineal means that the descent is recognized through the father's line, and matrilineal means descent is recognized through the mother's line, and bilineal means that descent is recognized through the both of father's and mother's line. The other patterns are like according to the place of residence. Patrilocal means married couple lives with the parents of the husbands, and when married couple lives with the parents of the wife, so that is called matrilocal. And when a married couple maintains a separate household and live by themselves, so this is called new local. Some other patterns are according to the authority, means that when father is considered the head and plays a dominant role, then it is called patriarchal. Then if mother is considered the head and makes the major decisions, so this is called matriarchal. And then when both mother and father shares the making decisions and are equal in authority, then that family is called equalitarian. Now we study about some education. Then there are some multiple functions of schools. Like education function of school refers to the contribution of schools to the development and maintenance of education at different levels. Traditionally, education has been perceived as a mean for achieving only the economic, social, political and cultural values. So rapid and widespread change, however, has now promoted an acceptance that education in and of itself is a crucial goal. The content, system and structure of education then needs to be developed and maintained. So technical or economic means it refers to the contribution of schools to the technical or economic development and need of the individuals, the institutions, the local communities, the society and international community. So this is what the multiple functions of schools. Then means human and social. It means it refers to the contribution of the schools to the human development and social relationship at different levels of society. Then other political. It refers to the contribution of the school to the political development at different levels of society. More functions are there, like cultural. Cultural, it refers to the contribution of the school to the cultural transmission and development at different levels of society. More functions are there, like education refers to the contribution of the school to the development and maintenance of education at different levels of society. Then manifest and latent functions of education. The manifest functions are obvious, admitted and generally applauded. Latent functions are unrecognized and unintended functions. These are the unforeseen consequences of institutions. For example, schools not only educate young, they also provide mass entertainment. So manifest functions of the educations are defined as open and intended goals or consequences of activities within an organization or institution. And socialization is one of the aspect of manifest functions, and social control and social placement. So these are different manifest functions. The more functions are transmitting cultures and promoting social and political integration, and this is this reflects and worked like an agent of change. So, if I were to ask you that what did you learn in school, what would you say? Would you tell me about the subject knowledge you gained and the class you attended? Would you talk about the time you spent with friends and your participation in extracurricular activities? Schools certainly act as a transmitter of knowledge and academic skills like reading, writing, and arithmetic, but they also serve the other functions in our society as well, and these can be categorized as manifest or latent functions. Now, furthermore, we can say that latent functions of the education are the hidden, unstated, and sometimes unintended consequences of activities within an organization or institutions, like restricting some activities and matchmaking and production of social networks and creation of generation gap. A manifest function of school is a function that people believe is the obvious purpose of school and education. Manifest functions of education are those that are intended and that most people think about. For example, in elementary schools, parents expect their children to learn new information, but also how to get along with other children and begins to understand how society works. So, two of the most significant manifest functions of the school beyond teaching subject knowledge are socialization and transmission of the cultural norms and values. Now we study about religions. What is religion? Religion is a socially defined patterns of beliefs concerning ultimate meaning of life. It assumes the existence of the supernatural. Religion describes the belief, values, and practices related to the sacred and spiritual concerns. We can also say that religion is a social institution because it includes beliefs and practices that serves the need of society. Religion is also an example of cultural universal because it is found in all societies in one form or another. Religion clearly plays an important role in individual's life. However, religion is also a social institution as it involves pattern of beliefs and behavior that help a society meet the basic needs. So then there are some characteristics of religions. What are those characteristics? Like belief in deity or in a power beyond the individuals. A doctrine means accepted teaching of salvation. There is a code of conduct in every religion, and the use of sacred stories are there, and religious rituals means acts and ceremonies are there. So religious institutions are the visible and organized manifestations of the practices and beliefs in particular social and historical context, like human emotions and attitudes. Religious beliefs and practices projects outward onto the social and historical plan. So example of social institutions include religious charities, religious schools, mosques, including universities and sometimes and religious home and orphanages. There are some functions of religions, like religion serves as a name of social control. It exerts a great influence upon personality development. The religions always fear the unknown. Religion explains events or situations which are beyond the comprehension of man, and it gives man comfort, strength, and hope in times of crisis and despair. So they create identities and representations and determine attitudes, emotions, and behavior. So these manifestations and outward projections originate from beliefs and practices, but they are also limited by historical context. Religious beliefs and practices have been noticeably expressed in key institutions constructed in uniquely different social and historical context. It also preserves the transmits knowledge, skills, spiritual and cultural values and practices. It serves as an instrument of change. It promotes closeness, love, cooperation, friendliness, and helpfulness. Religious alleviates suffering from major calamities, and it provides hope for the blissful life after death. There are some elements of religions like sacred. It means it refers to the phenomena that are regarded as extraordinary, transcendent, and outside the everyday course of events, that is supernatural. And legitimation of norms means religious sections and beliefs reinforce the legitimacy of many rules and norms in the community. Then rituals, this is also one of the element as formal pattern of activity that express symbolically a set of shared meanings. Then religious community, religious establishes a code of behavior for the members who belongs and who does not. So now there are some economic institutions, microeconomics and macroeconomics. Microeconomics means that it is concerned with the specific economic units of parts that makes an economic system and the relationship between those parts. And macroeconomics concerned with the economy as a whole or a large segment of it. So there are some basic economic problems. What are those problems? Means what goods and services to produce and how much, and how to produce goods and services. For whom are the goods and services? Then the other institution is government. And government is what? The institution which resolves conflicts that public in nature and involve more than a few people is called a government. So it can be city, provincial, national, or even international. So three branches of the government like executive, legislative, and judicial. Executive enforce rules and law, and legislative makes rules and law, and judicials interpret rules and law. Politics and administration. What is difference between them? Politics, this is pattern of human interactions that serves to resolve conflicts between people, institutions, and nations. And administration, it refers to the aggregate of persons in whose hands the designs of government are for the time being. Then constituent and ministerial functions of the government. Constituent means it contributes to the very bond of society and are therefore compulsory. For example, the keeping of order and providing for protection of persons and property from violence and robbery, and the definition and punishment for crimes, the administration of justice and civil, and moreover ministrant those undertaken to advance the general interest of society, such as public works, charity, and or merely optional. It was all about this lesson, and inshallah we will study the next topic in the coming lecture, inshallah. Thank you very much. Stay blessed. Allah Hafiz.